All right. Good evening, everybody, man. This is a special episode of the Because I Feel Like It podcast. If I sound kind of down, it's because it's kind of the climate around America. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't right. You know, people's mental health ain't right for the most part because they're dealing with everything that's going on. But we're gonna find some way to talk through it. You know what I'm saying? Educate, educate our educate our followers, educate people that are out there, and just give y'all some good conversation. So what's going on, Nelson? Nelson, you hear me?
I don't know. He froze on my screen.
Rose. All right. He'll pop back in. What's going on? What's going on, Marv?
Uh, I'm gonna just tell you, like, if this is what we doing tonight, I'm probably gonna lose some friends. But I put my sunglasses on for a reason tonight. Cause we gonna have tough conversations. We gonna have a tough conversation. Um, some people gonna like it. Some people gonna hate it. Some people not gonna feel no type of way. I looked up how many Facebook friends and how many Instagram followers. I looked up that prior to tonight's show,
Right.
and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to have the same amount of friends or the same amount of followers after tonight because I'm going to address certain things that are tough to address uh, in life. Like we have to have this conversation. I feel like you have to have this conversation, and normally in normal circumstances, like we in our 40s, so like normally situations have been tough, but they haven't been tough to the point where like you're losing friends
Right.
and your family members are mad at you, right?
Right.
Like that's just because the way things are set up. But like as of today, currently, like it's mad wild. It's mad wild in this country,
Yeah.
and and like people don't understand. Like people don't understand. Like it's different. Like it's not like this ain't we're not upset over a tax cut. I'm not upset over the realigning of a school district or like I'm not upset over things like that. You understand? It's way bigger. And I don't even like to get political. And I don't like to get political. I don't like to judge people off of their political affiliations because I got a great friend who runs as a Republican. Like, and he's a good dude.
Right.
But like you know him too. He grew up with us. Like, and he teaches at a black HBCU.
Yes. Yeah. I know you talking
So
about.
you feel me?
Yeah, live right next door to me.
And he's a good dude. Like, but there's certain things that like I'm not even I don't consider I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican because I believe like all politics is bullshit. And again, I'm just gonna let y'all know y'all gonna have to excuse my language tonight because I'm not holding back. All politics is
Well, well,
like
well,
once
peace and
you reach a certain level.
blessings.
What's going on,
Can
Nelson?
y'all hear me now?
What's up, Nelson?
All right,
Yeah,
yeah.
we on, man. We can hear
Just
you.
want to get in here. Oh yeah. Hey, Swerve, go in, man. If it's on your mind, let it out, brother. I totally get it. Sometimes things need to be said. Let's get it.
Once you reach a certain level, all politics is bullshit, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's whether you're on the left or the right. Somebody's paying you to look out for their cause. Somebody's paying you to look out. You're benefiting from being in the position that you're in. Whether it's no matter what it is, if it's the NRA is paying you, or Planned Parenthood is paying you to push an agenda. So
Yep.
like in order to once you reach a certain level, and that's not all politics, but once you reach a certain level of politics, you have to be an elitist.
Correct.
Like it ain't no motherfucking politician that went to McCullough and Gunn and Bedford and Wilmington University. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like me and you, Black, you know what's crazy? And I was just explaining this to somebody. I'm like, yo, you know what's wild? Is I haven't accomplished much in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had a very good life and I've done a lot of good things. And I'm proud of who I am and I'm proud of the things I've done. But in the overall aspect, in comparison to others, I haven't done a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Like you left home, you made a life and you live a good life, right? You understand what
Yep.
I'm saying?
Yep. I understand.
I am in the top one. We are in the top 1 percentile of our friends,
Yeah. I
and we
yeah.
haven't done a god. We haven't achieved shit in life.
Yeah.
I know niggas our age that think going to Ocean City and pulling up the Ocean City in secret. I know niggas our age who ain't been past Ocean City.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I know there's people that think Atlantic City
Atlantic,
is Atlantic City is a vacation.
yeah,
GPS signal lost.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
it's like we are two of the most successful people from the area we come from that I can think of off top. Like, and I'm not even like I said, we gonna have a real conversation. We gonna have a real conversation. Like, we, I look at you, and we chop it up. And I tell you all the time, I'm proud of everything you've done. I'm proud of what you accomplished. Like that's a big deal, Nelson. I tell you, and not to exclude you, bro. You played D1 football.
Yep. Yep.
Word.
You feel what I'm saying? Like I get up, I take care of my responsibilities, I handle my business. I've been a lot of places. Like I've done a lot of things and I have lived a really good life in my eyes. But it's some people out there that would look at my life and be like, that motherfucker broke as shit. He
Yeah.
poor. He's
Yeah.
done nothing.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, so when we looking at the way things are set up and how things are moving right now, like it's bad, bro. It's bad because like I'm ranting, but I gotta get it off my chest. Like the president is a piece of shit, right? And the president has empowered idiots. He has put idiots in place. And then he gives these other pieces of shit people and these other people who are fucking idiots and these broke like yo.
Look, man. Like I can tell you, I could speak on this from two separate, um, two separate avenues. You know, I retired from the Navy. Right. I
I know
came
you are.
5 days after my 18th birthday. Right. I left. Right. Did 22 years. 21. I say I take that back. 21 and some change. Retired. So I get the VA check. You know what I'm saying? I get the checks. You know what I mean? And then on top of it, I am a federal government employee. You see what I'm saying? So I'm watching the 40,000 people be fired from the VA, right? I'm watching at the same time some of those people being vets. You know what I'm saying? So they're not only losing their jobs, but they are at the same time being prevented from um, serving the people that they served with, and some of them that they want to honor. You know what I'm saying? So you take those two, and if you have any compassion, and it's just not the VA, it's the DOD, it's HHS, which is the Health and Human Health Services. They're losing people, right? If you have any compassion in your heart, you can feel what those people are going through. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. And then if you have friends that are, if you're in one of these positions like I am, I'm seeing some of my friends be scared of what's going on because they don't know what their future is going to hold. But they are deciding to leave early because they don't want to be caught up in all the bureaucracy. They don't want to find out, okay, everything is cool now, and then they lose their job. You know what I'm saying? And then some of these people have families. You know, it matters. Those paychecks matter. And I'm talking as a federal worker. I'm talking as a retiree, but I'm also talking as a person that has compassion for others. You know what I mean? And you can say, well, you can only worry about yourself, and that okay, that person did what they chose to do. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that is correct. But it still bothers you. It bothers me to see a brother or a sister leave because the anxiety without inside of them is too much where they can't deal with it, and they have to they have to find a way to find peace. I was in a meeting today, right? And one of my guys, I've known him for 24 years. 26, no, I take that back, 26 years. I've known him. And he said it, I'm leaving. And when we were in the meeting, some of my, folks that I consider friends, I consider, acquaintances that I've met over the years from being in the military, and still they work with us as well. They told him, it's like, you're losing money. You're losing money if you just leave without, taking the deferred resignation program. And he said, my, and this is quoting him directly, my mental health is more important than money.
Yes.
And they still were trying. Once we left that meeting, those same people were still trying to get in contact with him or come to our office and try to help and try to persuade him to not leave. And people don't put enough of a priority on their mental health. And I can't blame that man for leaving. He has all his ducks in a row. And I want that man to be mentally healthy and physically healthy. So if he decides to leave, God bless him and his family. And we still gonna be cool. We still gonna chop it up. We could probably meet up and have some drinks or something like that. But that's the state of where we're at in this current environment. This is what this current administration has presented to us. And it's just not getting people who didn't vote for this. It's getting the people that did.
Yeah.
And I'll let you guys go after this. Those people are saying, well, I didn't know. And
You knew.
my retort to that is, yes, you did. You voted for your fears. You voted in favor of your fears of feeling like someone of color. You did not want that to happen, regardless of if it was a man or a woman. You voted for your fears, and this is what those choices got you. This is what these choices got you. Now you have to deal with it just like the rest of us. This is going to be a hard. I'm not. Will it pass? Will this time pass? It will. It will at some point in time. But in the middle of it, and this ain't even in the middle of it, bro. We're what, 3 months
We're at
in?
the beginning.
We 3 months in, and this is what you're gonna have to deal with. But you chose this path. So some of these folks that are complaining, oh, I didn't think this was gonna happen, or I don't want, no, man, no. Get get comfortable being uncomfortable, and it's tough to even say that because I have anxiety. I'm pretty sure there are other people that have it. That doesn't make you soft. It doesn't make you any different than anybody else because it's just that everyone hasn't um, had it or haven't had to deal with it until now. And there are people that now are having those anxiety issues and panic issues that probably never had to and never rose until now. They never had to deal with anything like that. You know what I mean? Um, it's tough, man. So I'm gonna pass this on to y'all.
Yeah. So just because the campaign leading up to this, we know we had to pick two of the lesser evils, and the majority voted for the conservative. And what happens is that you see black and brown faces, and all of a sudden those who were not paying attention thought it was comfortable to sway that way, and oh, that person, I'm not even going to mention his name because it's not worth mentioning. The leader, the orange man, was not considered a racist. So, and then you had celebrities come around saying that, and you had people that look like us in suits and campaigning for this man. But as you know, when the curtain opened, all of his people, all of his yes people, was in his right and left side, and so
Right.
it had been a clear indication that he wasn't for us. It's obvious what's happening now, and it's a trickle down effect that government officials, employees are questioning their next day existence in their respective job, which is very, 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 very is causing mental health stress, depression,
Yep.
anxiety, and it's detrimental. Um, but do they care because they're in a different tax bracket? No, they don't care. And what is there left to say? What is there left to do? It's almost like getting in the car and the person knows that there's no gas in it, but they tell you can last for about 3 or 4 miles, but your
Right.
trip is 15 miles. And so now you're stranded in the desert trying to find a place
Right.
Man, look, fuck these niggas.
to fill up,
Real shit. No,
but you can't
and no, I can. You know why I can? Because I don't
because you
care.
got a
No, bro. Like I'm tired. I'm tired of just being a pacifist, and
walk.
I'm tired of just biting my tongue, and I'm tired of just being okay with shit, even though I'm not okay because they tell you it's okay to not be okay. Nah, man. Like
And
realistically,
now,
as a man,
I mean,
like I look at shit different. Like I look at shit like if somebody was like, yo, bro, if I had two people to pick from, and somebody was like, yo, you an Eagles fan, I'm cool. All Eagles fans are gonna be good, but if you a Bills fan or if you a Ravens fan or if you're a Browns fan, we gonna take certain things away from you because we feel like the world should just be all about Eagles fans, and we should lay out a red carpet for Eagles fans because Eagles fans have been mistreated, and we have let too many other fans into our world, and we're going to take away certain rights that other fans have. Bro, I'm not voting for this dickhead. Like, I might be an Eagles fan, and I might be like, yeah, but at the end of the day, the people I surround myself with and the people I love and the people I genuinely care about aren't Eagles fans. And he's trying to take away certain rights and certain things from people who aren't fans of the Eagles. I can't get down with it even though I'm an Eagles fan. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Like, bro, HBCUs came about because white people didn't want black people in college with them. If white people weren't dickheads in the fucking 1800s and 1900s, there would be no HBCUs. But because there was black only fountains and white only fountains and white only schools, and you didn't want black people to be educated, black people decided to create. Black people couldn't go to University of Alabama. Black people couldn't go to LSU. Black people couldn't go to certain schools, so they created their own schools and educated themselves. And now in 2025, you want to defund HBCUs, and you're using the fact that they are black universities to defund them. Suck my dick.
Well, let's attack them. Let's attack them in their pockets. Okay.
No, that's what I said. I wish any black or brown athlete would not go to a Power Five conference starting now. It's not going to happen because that's where the money is, but it's bullshit. And the people who got behind any school who banded their DEI shit, I hope black people stop. I hope black kids stop going to them schools. Fuck, and I'm a Duke fan. Fuck North Carolina. Fuck Harvard. Any of them schools who disband their DEI programs, fuck them. Target, fuck them. Walmart, fuck them, bro. And
Okay.
and it's like this,
Okay.
like these dumb white bitches that voted for Trump. Bitch, you part of the DEI shit. Like the reason you have a job is DEI, but you didn't realize that when you were just like, oh, they still black people and brown people are still in our job. Fuck out of here, goofy. The reason DEI is in place is that so that if you have the same education, if you're educated and you put yourself through school, you are not going to get overlooked for somebody from the good old boy network who has no qualifications. But they didn't see that. They didn't take that part. Like DEI I can't walk into the hospital and become a brain surgeon tomorrow just because I'm black, cocksucker. It means that because I put myself in position to be successful, you're not just going to overlook me because I'm black and give it to Jim Bob from the good old boy network. But no, they read into this bullshit rhetoric, and Trump likes dumb, uneducated motherfuckers, and he won because this country is full of dumb, uneducated motherfuckers, and I'm okay with telling you.
Well,
and they're stupid.
But I'm with you. The vision, equity, and inclusion is very important. It's for everybody, not just the good old boys or the proud boys or the head nod, the one that comes in. He has a suit and tie and he has a square chin and he's Caucasian. He's white. You're right. There was a boycott that was going on. Exactly what store that did not support DEI. And there was a whole lot. There was Sam's Club, there was Target, and a bunch of others, even Walmart. Okay. Mm-hmm. And on those days, you had to support the small businesses, especially the black owned. And if collectively we do that, it would show a little bit of Tulsa, Oklahoma with us. And so we have to, Fair Smile said it back in Boys of the Hood, black owned, black dollar. But we have to come together, which is very hard to do because we always tear each other down. We always like the crab in the barrel. So now that we have an opportunity, because it's better off that we get our own businesses
So
and
what?
we can to come together. But those who are in government, that's the issue here is that they can't even know what tomorrow brings. Now,
So
right, we can get emotional, we can go fight, we can make, but we have to be smart and we got to either do it behind the court or we have to go write a bill. We have to attack them
Man,
where they
fuck
don't
all
think we're
that.
gonna hit.
let me tell you something, Nelson. Let me tell you something, man. Like where it's at right now, where it's at right now, brother.
It's past all that.
It's past that point. I mean, yes, still have those conversations, right? Still don't ever close your ears off. Don't be ever not willing to listen. Don't never not be willing to understand. But with that being said, action. Action is what is needed at this point. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I say that is understand like I'm not all 100% into politics and all that, but I did watch some of what Cory Booker did, and I respect that man for what he did. But what
Shout out to Cory Booker.
but what on top of that needs to happen is you follow that with another action. Action speaks louder than words. Motherfuckers want your support. Because they understand again, they have to come to black people for support. Our support has a price. That's action. If you not giving, it's no longer, oh, I'm gonna put this in writing or I'm gonna promise you this. Nah, you gotta see me. You gotta show me, not see me, but you gotta show me what you're gonna do. You gotta show it. No more of this. Well, we need you to be. We need you to fight side by side with the fellow, Anglo-Saxon or whatever the case may be. Nah, man. Nah. Show me, sir, what you gonna say to your other person who voted for him. Or, ma'am, you show
Yeah.
me what you're gonna do when you talk to that person that lady who voted for him. That's what you got to do. Prove, show, and prove. That's
Okay,
where we at.
the action you're talking about, I've been to town halls in a small city. None of us show up, and it's disappointing when you have an opportunity to voice your opinion and we can start an action movement, but there's an agenda that is not seen, and they're saying, "Well, this is the quote I get. Well, I ain't making no promises to be there,"
Yeah.
and it's like,
Well, I mean, well, I'm gonna show up. Like realistically,
I'm showing up in the voter ballots.
I'll show up in the voter ballots, but like realistically, and I'm not saying this like I just really, and because I don't want to discourage anyone from participating in politics. I don't want to discourage anyone because I have a grandmother who is alive and she's 95. And at one point in her life, she wasn't allowed to vote, right? And everybody acts like America is this great fucking place. Ruby fucking Bridges is still alive, bro. Like, Ruby Bridges is the first black child to go to school with white people.
You know,
She just turned fucking 70, fam. Like, and that's what people want to act like. Like, bro, like, my grandmother is 95. My grandmother was once not considered a whole human.
wasn't too long ago. Yep.
and understand this. Women, if you let's say you married or the case may be, understand that your wife, not girlfriend. Now, if you're a girlfriend, she couldn't even do it. Your wife could not go to a bank up until
But,
like 1971 or 72.
bro, I just had that's what I'm saying. Like,
But
my
she couldn't.
grandmother couldn't take money out of the bank account without my grandfather signing off on it.
Yes, she couldn't get a bank account. That was 50
Yep.
years ago. 50,
We
not
just came out.
135, 50.
Yeah.
Couldn't sign up to get her own crib. Couldn't do it.
But now we want to act like, and everybody want to act like, oh, this, fuck y'all. Like, especially them boys who had the FJB shirts and the FJB hats and like, bruh,
Foundational
like,
black, yeah, especially the foundational blacks.
let's go, Brandon. Like, let me tell you how fucked up this place is we live in, right?
Yeah, man.
They got mad at a man for wearing a tan suit and doing his job in a tan suit, right? More people are outraged at. Listen, this is no lie. This is no lie. More people are mad at Obama for wearing a tan suit, at Colin Kaepernick for taking the knee, than they are the conditions of their 401ks right now. My 401k is in the fucking toilet.
Yeah, man.
But it's people are rather, instead of discussing the 401k and the bullshit tariffs that this dickhead is putting in place and the recession he's going to send us in, they want to talk about how Colin Kaepernick took a knee fucking 11 years ago because they rather talk about that bullshit than the person they voted for. Obama wore a tan suit. Obama caught more flack for wearing a tan suit than this dude stood up in front of people and said, making fun of a mentally challenged reporter that asked him a question.
So true.
Bro, this nigga put a 10% tariff on the island that people don't even live in. It's just penguins on this island. And he put a 10% tariff. What the fuck we import from there? Ice?
Whoa.
He's dumb. The dickhead sent war plans to a reporter, but they was mad at Hillary. They didn't find nothing crazy in Hillary's emails, right?
Right.
And I hate talking politics because I don't give a fuck about none of them because they all are elitists. But I call hypocrisy out when I see it, no matter if it's from the right or the left. And I did it backwards, the right or the left. So I call hypocrisy out. They tore Hillary. Hillary did this. Hillary did that. They didn't find a goddamn thing about no war plans. This man sent out war plans in a group chat that included a reporter. But no, that's cool. They ain't said nothing about that. They swept that under the rug. You feel me? It don't fit their agenda. 4 years ago, all these conservatives and Republicans hated Tesla. Now they on Elon Musk's dick. Like it's mad weird. It's mad weird. They hated Tesla and they was against everything electric. But now they want to be like Tesla this, Elon Musk this. We keep receipts. Black, what we do, the one thing about us is we keep the receipts. I got receipts about a lot of you dickheads who was talking crazy. I got them. I'm just waiting for the right time because I'm waiting for the right time because when the time comes, I'm punching on you. I'm punching on your mom. If your grandma's still alive, I'm punching on her. It's going to be messy, and I'm ready for that because that's the state we're in. And I'm like I said, I'm going to lose friends tonight. But if I lose you, you probably wasn't a friend to begin with. SMD. Like, it's mad. It's crazy. The hypocrisy out here is crazy. And it's wild. You talking about fuck Joe Biden for 4 years. Obama's not my president. And now you talking about, oh, y'all need to watch what y'all say and respect the president. Suck my dick. Fuck you and the president. That's what I'm on.
What you got to say, Nelson?
I'm agreeing. I'm with you. It is time for action. You know me. I will say F everything that doesn't stand right and correct and moral. And we have a businessman trying to run a country. That's why Elon Musk. That's why
A bad businessman. It's not a businessman. It's a bad businessman.
Yeah.
Like
and he
Mitt Romney. Mitt
you know,
Romney was cool.
and the way he was talking to the Israel president, which was disgrace. And I don't know if you see the audio afterwards, but all that was just for ratings and show. And it's crazy how two individuals have to petty argument on the most important war at around this time, and people are dying left and right, and they can't have a cordial conversation in front of a camera, which is ridiculous. And he was trying to strong arm him, by saying you don't have, the weapon, or you don't have the authority to say that, he wasn't thankful. And
They
but
set him up.
yeah,
Yeah, they did. Let me ask y'all a question. Right? These super right wing people. Remember when they was attacking Muslims, right? And they were like, oh my God, it's disgusting. It's a cult. All you see is a flag and a gun and a book, right?
Right.
They were attacking Islam. All you see is a flag and a gun and a book. And it's not even, it's disgusting, it's horrible, it's offensive. What the fuck you see when these dickheads and the cousin fuckers down Mississippi and all them super right wing children touchers like Roy Moore and all them? What they got? They got an American flag, an assault rifle, and a Bible
Right.
when they take pictures. That's a flag, a gun, and a book. I was raised in a church, and if that's not what I was raised in, that doesn't represent the Christianity that I was brought up in. And like them people make you want to distance yourself from religion. But it's the same. But it's okay when they pose with a gun, a book, and a flag. But if it's not the American flag and the Bible with that assault rifle, it instantly becomes an issue. Like they're so hypocritical. They're so hypocritical, and it's so disgusting. Like I watched something online today where a woman said she married a black man, and once she went through with it, her dad was so disappointed in her, he killed himself. That's wild to me.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, man.
But then the comments on that post just let me know we live in a pretty shitty place because Jim Bob and his Jim Bob is married to a bitch that looked like Super Mario. But he was like, well, the dad was disappointed in her and she's a pretty trash person for marrying that you know what. Bruh, you married a motherfucker with a mustache thicker than yours and she's literally built like Mario before he get the mushroom. But you out here, you know what I'm saying? Like we live in a wild place. Like, have it gotten better? I'm 44 years old. Have it gotten better in my 44 years? I don't know. I don't know. Because it don't seem like it's been better in 2025. Like these last 2 years have been pretty fucked up. These last 2 years have been I'm talking from a black man perspective. And you know what's fucked up as a black man? I get it from both sides. And I don't know if y'all want to talk about that, but like I literally got told by somebody, like I was having a conversation and I got told you can't be pro black if you got white friends. You can't be pro black if you date a white chick or a person that isn't black. You can't be pro black if you do certain things. Shut the fuck up, brother Muhammad, cocksucking ass nigga. Like I can be pro black. But it's just like that's what people don't get. Like you get it from both sides as a black dude who don't give a fuck about politics or if you're liberal or you're not far right. Like again, I don't have issues with people who Mitt Romney, John McCain. Those dudes were actually legit candidates. You understand? They stood on something. Like I said, our buddy who runs as a Republican, I respect him. And shout out to you. We gonna link up next time I'm down Ocean City. But like I respect if you a good dude and you literally are trying to better this place. I don't care what you're independent, Green Party, Republican, Democrat. I don't care if you're a good person and you're actually trying to do something to benefit this country. I love it. I respect it. And I'm going to support you. Like, I'm going to support you. I don't need to see eye to eye with you about everything. Like, we can disagree we can disagree about a lot. Like, for instance, we in our group chat, we don't always agree. I'm, we don't always agree. Nelson, you know, me and Dorsey, it's me and Scoop, but he's about everything. But guess what? If Scoop called me right now and told me he needed me in Atlanta, I'm on the next flight down to Atlanta.
Right.
You feel me? Like me and my boys at the bar 2 weeks ago. Me and my boys, shout out to Rail. Me, Rail, Barry, and Ted arguing about LeBron versus Jordan to the point where the guy across the bar told our bartender, "Yo, they about to fight," and she was like, "Bro, they do this every week. This is what they do." Like, I don't need to see eye to eye with you about everything, but I need to see eye to eye with you about respect for women. I need to see eye to eye with you about treating people, whether social status doesn't matter. So whether you're rich or poor, I treat you with the same. I treat the janitor the same way I treat the CEO, because at the end of the day, we are all humans. Like your color, the color of your skin doesn't matter to me. I don't care. But the difference between me and the person who says, "Oh, I'm not racist. I got four black friends." Nah, nah, nah. Like I really don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
So
bro, if you're a good person, you're a good person.
Right.
yeah. So
If you're a good person, you're a good person.
it's
And
And it
let's
shows.
just give me like 2 seconds.
yeah. So
Right now, I'm matching energy, and I'm gonna stop at this. I'm matching whoever's energy. I know I'm old, and I tell y'all I'm old all the time, but I'm back in the gym.
so
I punch a motherfucker in their face right now. Like I punch a motherfucker in their face, and I deal with the consequences. Like I'm okay. Whatever happens, happens. But like I'm done. I'm done dealing with the disrespect. I will fuck somebody up if they disrespect me in 2025. Going forward, like I'll fuck you up, and I play with them things too.
yeah. So
And I'm just.
we gotta get to
But let's go on
yeah we
about
gotta
my boy Ye.
yeah we gotta get the yay, man. We gotta get the yay. This is another tragic situation. You know, we've been tracking this really since and rest in peace to her. I want to say that before I go further. Miss Donda, Dr. West, he has been on a continuing spiral for the last 18 years, right? He hasn't been right. And, you know, I'm pretty sure you guys have all seen the interview with academics last week where Kanye dressed up in a black Klansman um, uniform, not uniform, but costume, and he then proceeded to disrespect numerous people, including Hove and Beyonce and J. Cole and
John Legend. John Legend.
yeah. Some of it was funny, but it really wasn't because I feel there's not much you can do for this man at this point. And I can sympathize to some extent, because I lost my mom, right? I lost my dad first in 2020, summer of 22. 2 years later, I lose my mom in January of last year, right? And then I turn around 10 months later and lose my brother, right? So I've lost three people, the two people who gave birth to me, and then my little brother. So I can understand from that standpoint what something like that does to you. You know what I mean? But somewhere along the line, I don't know if Ye had people around him that were trying to help him, or there were enablers around him during this way, but or if he was this way the entire time and his mom was just the guardrails for that.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
just
saying?
said that.
Yeah.
Not to cut you off. I literally said I think his mom. I think it's either one of two things. Like he been this way the whole time, and his mom was like the voice of reason, right?
Right.
And then like when she first passed, he probably was like, And then he was
Yeah.
like, no, no, no. My mom wouldn't approve of that, right?
Right.
But his mom ain't been here for a long time, and
Yeah.
now it's easier and easier to move how he always wanted to move
Right.
because he don't have to. Like we all got. Listen, moms is tough. Like it's certain shit I can do that I know my dad would be okay with. But if I have to answer to my mom about it, it's a whole different conversation. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you don't have your mom, like she was either she was the voice of reason and kept him like level headed, and then like the longer it's been since she's passed, he just
Mhm.
like what, fuck it,
And
or
then
either he just completely lost it when she died.
yeah, and that's
Yeah.
and that's what I think, man. I just think that he's just his mind. I think somewhere in there he wants to be good, but I just think that it's gone.
I think he's trying to twist everything to make it seem like it's not what it is. Like wearing a mega hat. Remember Ti talking to him and say, "Hey man, take that off." It's like no, it's different when or just like wearing the black, KKK sheet. It's different when I wear it because it's something in his mind that is convinced that he's showing something different. Like he feels like he's a genius
That's
and not
mental
even
health.
talking on, in an interview because they don't think they're worthy to even question him. But
Right.
also, I think it's just this to spin off. I think it's something that's going on with the kids. Like when you can't even get custody of your kids, or you're trying to use your kids' voices on a new track that you had to delete.
Let
I
me let me
mean,
ask let me ask you a question though, Nelson.
come on.
And we don't know everything behind the scenes, so I'm not going to sit there and speculate on all that. But I'm just going by what I see of him, especially over these last 5 to 6 years. Would you be comfortable, even though I'm saying like I don't really care for the Kardashians. I don't care for them that much, if anything. But I can understand if Kim Kardashian saw these things and him acting out in the public like that, and him asking to have custody or asking to have visitation with these kids, and her saying no and being validly correct. Do you understand these things that he's doing, and he's calling out these people and he's doing these certain things, and I'm gonna have my daughters or my son with him. You don't know what these people, I mean, understand, like when you do stuff to people or you say things about people at that level, even we see it just in the streets. You doing something crazy. You don't think people come looking for you, and it's some fans just off just based off riding for whoever. You know what I'm saying? We seen what happened to not Offset, but Takeoff. We saw that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even this whole darn Kendrick and Drake thing, they showed up at my man's crib and set it off. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like you
Yeah.
have
So to,
crazy.
so to answer your question, yes. If you know, I believe if he needs therapy, get therapy, and it's obvious that he needs therapy.
Yeah.
But if he's denying it, and there's people around him enabling him, it's like you almost see that kid that allowed to wear anything in public.
Right.
It's like, okay, go ahead, Johnny, you can wear that, and eventually they could get with anything. And maybe what happened was, and you're right, this is all speculation, but it's obvious. He got to the point where there's no one to give him voice of reason or corrective action to say, man, you need to sit down, because everybody is feeding off of his success. Everybody's feeding off of him. So what can they say to a man that no one can get to? I saw on TMZ there was a man that was basically breaking things down in the way on the perspective of just a normal citizen. He said, Kanye, and I'm paraphrasing. He said, Kanye, the way you talk is if you're talking, not that you're not, like you're above us, and how given slavery was a choice, and the fact that you're marginalizing that is one thing. But as a black man on my level, I have to deal with the people who are racist. I have to deal with the people who are giving me not the benefit of doubt. He said, you're not speaking for just you know yourself, but think about everybody that's dealing with what you're influencing. What are you portraying out there, and that's not fair to us. Only thing you see is on your own prism, your own perspective, and that's killing us. But he
Right.
and he and he was, and you know how Kanye kind of interrupts like houseway, and he actually stopped to listen to that man. But I think with Kanye, it's like he doesn't know what he's doing because he's already too far gone, and because he's successful, but he lost what, $1 billion, right? Endorsements, okay. So there's no one up there with him that actually can bring him down off of his natural high or whatever he's on.
He needs mental health. He needs mental help. He needs a therapist. And I don't conservatism or something like that. I think that's what it's called. I Somebody needs to just grab him and get him in an institution and get him some help, because the only thing I see in his future is a crash out. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want it to be at the hands of someone else. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be where he just gets caught somewhere and somebody just does him in.
Or it might be
You know what?
self-destruction.
Fuck him. If somebody catch him out and they ending, he earned it.
I don't wish death on nobody. I just feel like
I'm not. I'm not wishing death. I'm not. I'm by no means if I'm wishing death. What I'm saying is, and I mean this for everyone on this earth, and there's power in words.
Yep.
Your tongue. There's power in your tongue. Nelson, you was raised how I was raised, so you know. And when we get off here, I'm going to go watch the last episode of House of David. It actually did the book. It did it justice. But and I want to address certain people before I go further into my speech. I want to address certain people. My mom and dad raised me right. I'm 44 years old. So anything you see me doing outside at 44 years old, it wasn't because my mom and dad didn't teach me. It's because I'm a grown ass fucking man, and that's the decision I made. It don't got nothing to do with my mom and dad. So if you want to run back in church and tell my mom you see me out doing certain things, My question to you is, why were you out where I was at? Because I'm a heathen. Why were you at where I was at, Deacon, Reverend, Sis? I'm ready to sit down and have that conversation too. I told you I'm addressing everything tonight. But
This,
What was we talking about?
go ahead, man. We basically, we at the point.
Oh, see Kanye. So yeah. So words have power. Words have power. You call my kids retarded, you guys see me, cuz.
I look at it.
You call my kids you call my kids retarded, you guys see me. And if somebody I rock with see you before you see me and they decide to do whatever they do to you, well, that's just the way it happened.
I look at it like this, man. In my, I had a mentor. He passed away in 2020. Another mentor that passed away in 2023. Right. This man told me, and I remember because I was getting into some shit. I was getting into some real shit when I was in Hawaii, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I was wild. You know what I mean? Like I got the video. I still got the videos of them. I can't show them, but I got the video. I got the videos. I was into some shit, man, and I was, you know, I was pretty much. I would show up to work just straight out of a girl bed with my uniform on, like bed to uniform or bed to work, but I was late. And my man told me he saved my life because I could have went home. They could have shipped me straight out of the military and sent me home. But he saved me. He said, "Understand this." He said, "Understand this." He said, "People will do whatever they feel their lives can handle, whether it's mental health side or just outside, just doing crazy stuff. People will do whatever they feel their lives can handle. And right now, Kanye is doing whatever he feel his life can handle. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that it doesn't end up in the loss of his life. But if it does, he did what he felt his life can handle.
Bingo.
And I'm gonna close.
Bingo.
Close that. I'm gonna close the yay topic in the climate of the country topic on that, and we're gonna finish off with just talking about some random things that's been going on in sports. Obviously, the Final Four, and then some of the things that we have seen within the NBA and also with the NFL. So we're gonna start off with the Final Four first, man. I'll start. Cooper Flag to me, out of all the guys I've seen come out of the college in the last couple of years, he is the most fundamentally sound basketball player I've seen since 2020 in the last 5 years. And
Me?
in every means of being a hooper, that man is legit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
He reminds me of Indiana Paul George. Like when Granger first got hurt,
Yeah.
uh he definitely, I think Flag is and I'm not saying this because I'm a Duke fan. I'm saying this because like I think if you look at Paul George at 17, 18, and you look at Cooper Flag at 17, 18, Cooper Flag is definitely the better player. I think Paul George was more of a dog defensively because you had Granger and you had other options on the Pacers.
Hey, real quick,
So
real quick.
his
Shout out. Hey, guess who on the slide though? Shout out to White Mamba. Because that's who trained him, right?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, White Mamba. You know what I mean?
Scalabrine.
White Mamba got up the main and took and trained him and worked him out. And this is what you see of it. So shout out to White Mamba. But go ahead, man.
well, let me get this in here
Yeah,
real quick.
like
Let me get this in here real quick. So when LeBron James showed up at Cooper Flag's high school game, I knew it was real. That was a big salute. Anytime
yeah.
LeBron James his busy schedule visits a senior in high school and give him the head nod of, all right, man, you're gonna be great. That says a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, Coop is the real deal. And I followed him. I've been following Coop because I'm a Duke fan. When Shire was raving about this sophomore from Maine, and he got a brother. Like what everybody don't realize, Cooper Flag got a brother, and they both about, but his brother a little bigger. His brother gonna play at University of Maine next year. But like Flag reminds me so much. Like if you just watch him, his movements, his game,
it's so
he
fluid
reminds me
too,
so much of Paul George.
and he not
Like Paul
soft.
George, he's not soft at all. He are like Rudy Gayish, but I think, and Rudy Gay was a dog at UConn. Like he reminds me of Paul George, Rudy Gay type dude. Like you know what I hate, and I hate this in all sports. Like when we see a white dude, we just instantly start comparing them to white dudes, which isn't fair. Or like when we see a black quarterback, we instantly start comparing him to other black quarterbacks,
Yeah,
which isn't fair. Like I compared Josh Allen to Cam Newton because I thought they had similarities. You understand what I'm saying? They want to compare Josh Allen to Paxton Lynch and them. No, like Josh Allen is Cam Newton. Like we got to stop that too. But that's another conversation. Like when you see a white boy, a white gentleman, because I don't want them to be oppressed because I called them white boy on my podcast. When you see a white gentleman, don't instantly compare him to other white gentlemen who have played the game. You need to stop doing that because that is colorism, and we don't want to oppress anyone based on the color of their skin here at because I feel like it. So when I see Cooper Flag, he reminds me of a Paul George, Indiana, a Rudy Gay at UConn. He reminds me of a wing who has a wing. He reminds me of a three who can play two, three, or four because of his wingspan. He's athletically gifted. He actually has gotten better at shooting the three, and he can attack the basket. He just needs to develop a little bit more mid range. And Cooper Flag can be the real deal. Now, can this like Cooper Flag right now, can he be the best player on the team and lead your team to a championship? No. But I feel like if we're looking at 5, 6 years from now, Cooper Flag is the second best player on your team's probably really, really good. And that's what I like from him. Shout out to Carmelo Anthony, Hall of Famer Carmelo Anthony. We need to put
yeah,
some respect on his name. I was
yes,
about to say all Flag needs to do is get with Carmelo and get that hezzy mid range game working. Because I tell you like this, Melo ain't play a goddamn lick of D. But guess what? Mid range Melo, like after Jordan, Michael Jordan was a mid range assassin. And that's coming from me who I'm not a Jordan fan. But Michael Jordan probably had the best mid range game I ever seen in my life. And then I seen Kobe mimic it, and Kobe was really good at it. DeMar DeRozan mimicked it and was really good at it. But if I had Rip Hamilton was another one that was really, really good in the mid range, but Rip didn't do the isolation thing. The
yeah,
way defenses are set up and the way the zone you can play zone, like Carmelo Anthony might be the greatest mid range player offensively ever.
yeah. But
Well, also,
I think
I'm
Duke
with you.
going. Oh, go ahead, Nelson.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Swerve. We got to stop looking at the white cornerback as unicorns in the NFL too, as well. It's like, wow, there's this white cornerback that can backpedal just as fast as a Deion Sanders or a Revis. Um,
Yeah,
right, colorism is a big part in sports. But with Cooper Flag, definitely going to be a high draft pick if he came out yesterday. Um, but I'm gonna throw a curveball here, fellas, because it takes a team effort. Okay, when it comes to basketball, it takes five, and I believe Houston is going to upset Duke.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, the reason I say that is because I mean I like Houston. Don't get me wrong, I like them, but there's something there amongst the collective with Duke that they've never been really tested until the last game in the grade eight or final eight.
Elite Eight, yeah.
Yeah,
Elite Eight.
yeah. So the thing with that is, brother, they can beat you in any sort of way you need to be. They need to beat you. And I was
They're
waiting
complete.
for that because for the longest time I just seen them. Okay, they would blow teams out. They might have a little rough patch here, and then they would just turn it on. And they really didn't play a defense, collective, really very good defense. But in that game I saw last Sunday, right, or last Saturday, bro, look, they locked them down, and then they when they wanted to get some energy, they just played bully ball the entire time.
They,
And then some of it was Cooper, but a lot of it was those guys are racing the ball off the glass and getting rebounds and then playing one-on-one defense. They came out of the zone to play one-on-one defense and
they
lock.
can lock up.
They can lock up, but if
Yeah.
Houston gets higher at the perimeter and Houston's bigs is talented enough to handle Duke's bigs,
Are they big across the line or are they big across the line like Duke? The answer is no.
No, Nelson. Duke just got one of their big boys back. He didn't play the first. He been they fella been gone for 3 weeks. They got him. They got him back. The last game against who did they just play? Uh,
you talking about Houston or Duke?
Duke. Duke just got what they just got their forward back. Like I'm a Duke fan, so I'm gonna explain something to you.
Was it BYU?
Arizona.
Arizona?
Oh no, it was somebody after Arizona. Um, I'm looking it up now.
But while you look at that, who y'all got out of Auburn and Florida?
Florida.
Auburn. I got Auburn.
Florida.
Alabama. They just beat Alabama.
And only reason I got Florida is because buddy Johnny, I don't know that's how you say his first name. If I butchered it, my bad, fella. Um he had that hyper extended elbow and it didn't look right. He didn't use that arm the rest of the game. And I
The rest
watched
of the game, yeah.
yeah, and I watched it. I don't
Johnny
think
Bromey or Brom. Yeah.
yeah, I don't think he's gonna be right for that game. And he is a dog. And if he
He
can't
is.
if he can't play on the offensive glass or you use that patented fadeaway or that touch, he has a touch at the rim. That because that's his shooting arm.
It
That's,
is.
that's his dominant hand. If he can't
But
use that, they in trouble. Auburn is in
um, no, that Bull Pettiford is a dog.
yeah. I don't see Auburn beating Florida. If
You
if
know what I learned
Auburn
about Florida's
man,
backcourt when I was studying? Um, I you know what I learned about their backcourt? The both the guards in the backcourt of Florida were high school quarterbacks and were actually 3-star and 4-star quarterbacks, right?
right.
They were both 3 and 4-star quarterbacks, but they decided that and they were 0-star recruits as basketball players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
And
go ahead.
they thought like are both of them felt like they had a better future in basketball than they did football, and bet on themselves playing ball rather than going to play football. Um,
Y'all see
which
anything
is
on
wild.
anything in the league, man, the NFL that y'all
The
want to talk
tush
about?
push, nah, the tush
Yeah,
push got pushed back, which we expected. Like, um,
and let me. It's like the unfair button, but hey, stop it. That's my thing. If you got big, get some bigger guys. So the Eagles are averaging over 350 pounds on the line. That's not a problem. That that's your problem, not mine. So I think they just need to stop whining. And
Nelson, you're a Bills fan, right?
we used it, and we were about less than 56% on it. Yes, and we used it. We copied the same
So
thing.
so
So
why is your coach? So why is your coach? What's his name? McDermott. Why was
McDermott.
he against it? So you used it, but now you're against it. Why?
yeah, you know why?
Because it
Because
didn't
he's
work.
scared. He's scared of the beef, and he knows that he don't want to get his franchise quarterback hurt. Because he already mobile as it is. But it's a two-edged sword. So it's like, okay, if we use it, we're successful. Great, let's keep it. But if we get it against us and we lose, then it's so you can. I'm not with Sean McDermott. You can't have it both ways, brother. You
Yeah,
really can't.
true. What? Yeah, and that's the thing I was thinking about, man. Understand this. You saying you don't like it. You saying it causes injuries. And I was watching or listening to the NFL Network on the radio on the way home a couple times this week, and what they keep saying is it gets people hurt. Like, nah, Chris, they're talking about Chris Jones in the Super Bowl. He got hurt. I was like, look, did you see how he lined up?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's his fault. There is no real statistics to say people get hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's dominant. And understand this, they never talk about how they got this first, second and one, third and one, fourth and one, or how they got all the way down to the goal line in order to use it. How did you get there? Because other teams stopped them. Or
And
other
speaking
team didn't stop them from getting there.
and speaking of goal line, if that's the case, then fourth down stops on the goal line should be evaluated, and how many guys get hurt on that. But they don't talk about that because it's big on big. It's heavy
Exactly.
package. When you got offensive linemen and you got three tight ends going against your defensive ends and linebackers, there was no complaints, right? But now we got this unique thing that no one can stop. It's like similar to an alley oop when it first got started in the basketball. Like, what is that? Alley oop? That's illegal. Or when we'll start dunking. No, we can't dunk. No, that's against the rules. But the game is evolving. Just like when you got flag football, 7-on-7, right? Different formation, running RPO, the game is evolving. And we can't make football any more weaker than what it is. Like, we can't keep changing the way we tackle. We can't keep changing, the hard nose between the lines game of football. You realize
Listen, what I'm about to tell you. Listen, what I'm about to tell you. It goes back to people being
Contradict.
contradictory
Yeah.
in the hypocrisy. The same people will look you in the face and be like, the game is soft. We don't got a fullback. We don't got this or that. We don't got the clashes at the line anymore. The game is soft. All they do is pass the ball 50 times, right?
Right.
The same person, a person will look you in your eye and tell you that and then say, we don't like the tush push. Bruh, the tush push is basically what you said you missed. It's big on big, and whoever gets low is going to win, right?
Right.
But now that's a rugby play. But is it really a rugby play? Because that's how football was played 50 years ago, and that's what you're clamoring for. That's what you're asking for. You're asking for big on big, and the biggest, the best man win. But here's the issue that the league has with the tush push, and and again, I feel like I have to say this because I'm not being a homer. I'm not saying this because of the Eagles, because I really believe like if the roles were reversed and Josh Allen was converting it at 90% of the time, I would say, well, maybe we should stop Josh Allen from getting in the 3rd-and-1 situations or 4th-and-1 situations. Like the problem is the city of Philadelphia has such a bad reputation in sports. Like no matter what sport it is. But people like to bring up, oh, they threw snowballs at Santa. Y'all wasn't even alive for that.
I
Y'all
understand.
wasn't even alive for that. Like y'all want to bring back some shit you read and that happened 40 years ago. Like you wasn't alive for Santa. You wasn't alive for throwing snowballs at Santa. Then you got dickhead content creators who go into the stadium and just do obnoxious things when the camera is off. And then then they turn the camera on and people react. And then they put that on like, oh, look how I was treated to go to an Eagles game. Like literally, that was your 5th post, bro. You had 6 GoFundMe's to fund you to go to an Eagles game. You live 38 minutes from the Eagles Stadium, and you're a Packers fan. Why do you need to GoFundMe? You can go to an Eagles game. Like so, and then like I look at the national. It was national news. Like reporters are like, "Oh, would you rather? Who would you rather tailgate with, the Bills or the Eagles?" I heard the Bills fans are way nicer than those trash fans in Philadelphia. Like, sis, what are you talking about? Like, nobody in Philly's even checking for you. Like, so it's like the people have told the a Dodgers fan got Dodgers fans beat up a San Francisco Giants fan and they paralyzed him, and he's been in the wheelchair since 2012. We don't hear about that. A Raiders fan stabbed a 49ers fan in the parking lot to death. We don't ever hear how horrible the Oakland Raiders and the 49ers fans used to be. I've been there. We don't hear how bad Cleveland fans are. I've been there. Cleveland is a really shitty city. Like, I'm sorry for anybody in Cleveland watching, but your city is trash. There's nothing to do. Once LeBron left, it went downhill. And before LeBron came there, it was a really, really bad place to hang out. Like, and that's all they have is the Browns and the Cavs were horrible. Like they were chasing the ghost of Mark Price and Craig Elo, like Brad Daugherty. Like, name me a good Cleveland Cavalier
Yeah,
between Mark Price,
yeah,
Brad Daugherty, and it's like,
man.
yeah. So,
Yeah,
but I'm tired of that narrative too. Like, come on, fam. Like,
it just
Bro,
Philly ain't that bad,
let me add to that.
but
They
we
don't.
got to go with.
Let me
it's
add
just
to that. Talk about
go ahead.
Detroit Lions fans throwing batteries at players, like little Duracell batteries. So it's a lot
Yeah,
of.
It just gets to this, man. Like, and we're gonna wrap it up on this. It just gets to this, man. Like, and it just really what really stuck out. Sean McVay, a 2-time loser to the Eagles this year. Um, what's the guy? Not McDermott. LaFleur and his crew, the GM in Green Bay, a 2-time loser to the Eagles this year. It seemed like the teams who either couldn't do it or the teams who have lost to the Eagles over the last 3 years because they've been dominant the last 3 years are the ones that have an issue with it. You know what I'm saying? So it sucks, man. But I just think that they're just gonna keep beating people's ass. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be. Um, but other than that, I saw the Cowboys trade make a trade for Joe Milton. I think Joe Milton gonna be something low key, but we're gonna have
I
that.
do.
We'll
I
talk.
will have that. I will talk about that. I think Joe Milton is going to be
Yeah, yeah,
special.
yeah. We'll talk about that in the next pod, man. Probably either this weekend or we catch it back on the same backside, man. But Yeah, this has been an eventful, good week and some change before we pop back on here, man. Um, it's tough out here, but I'm gonna tell everybody keep your head up as much as you can. Get outside, walk, see the sun whenever the sun does decide to come out, because it don't seem like it's been sunny too many times recently. Get outside, breathe, drink water, hydrate, spend time with your family and your friends. Do what makes you feel happy. If something doesn't make you feel happy, step away from it, right? And then re-engage if you need to later. With that being said, man, y'all can follow. Obviously, you guys can do your outros, but follow me here at Marcus Blackstock. On IG. Actually, the Because I Feel Like It podcast, IG, follow that as well. Follow us on Facebook. We're there too. You can follow me at Marcus Blackstock on TikTok or Facebook. Or, I'm there. Or Imagine Life 2 on what's it called? Blue Sky. And where can they find you, Swerve?
Swerve Griffin on Facebook. Black Jason Kelsey on Instagram. I think it's I identify as skinny on my Twitter, but I don't really be on there. And I identify as either Swerve Griffin on Blue Sky, but that's great. Be identify as skinny as well. I just want to thank everybody for
Word up.
tuning in and rocking with us tonight. And I just had to let it out. And I'm mad. I'm going to set up my own rant this weekend to get the rest of it off. But I thank y'all for tuning in.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all. And I love y'all.
Where you at, Nelson?
Follow me at Nell2524. You can follow me on TikTok too at Tonic2590. And man, please like and subscribe because I feel like it.
Yes. Please hit that like and subscribe on the YouTube page, man. It'd be greatly appreciated, man. Y'all have a good evening, and we out.